Welcome back to Personal Pension Radio. You heard it. I'm the income engineer, Craig with a K, Strom, and I am back here in the RV. This is the last time that I'll be recording in the RV. Those of you who've listened to the show, you'll know that my wife and I have been helping a friend store their RV, and it's actually going to be sold. I also helped list the RV for sale and negotiate back and forth a little bit. And sure enough, it looks like they have a buyer to be able to sell their RV to someone who will use it a lot more than they will. So this is the last time that I will record Personal Pension Radio in the RV Command Center that is currently in my backyard. Now, there might be another RV in my backyard in the not so distant future, but right now, last time on this RV. Now, those of you listening on iTunes, Spotify, if you're listening on Google Podcasts, this is a YouTube channel as well. You can find me on YouTube, Craig with a K, Strom, the income engineer, and you can actually see where I'm recording from. You can also see what color shirt I'm wearing. Yep, it's a fishing shirt. I'm going back to Maine next week for a quick trip during the cool fall weather, maybe catch a little bit of the fall colors before they're all gone, and might do a little fishing while I'm there. So I've got my fishing shirt on. I'm looking forward to it. Let's get into this episode today. I have changed up the format a bit. I brought back kind of a previous format I've used in the past. I'm always trying to do something different to keep it interesting for me, but also interesting for you as the listener, so you're not always just getting bored. I really appreciate those of you who listen to my show. I know you have a million different podcasts that you can listen to. Thank you. I really appreciate it. If you feel so inclined, go to Google Play, leave me a review. Spotify, leave me a good review. iTunes, especially on YouTube. Go in there and comment and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would be awesome. And that's what we're going to do next, is jump into this episode. Episode 279, The Science of Retirement Income. And it is the science of retirement income. I want to start with this quote. It's one of my favorite quotes. I'm not a big academic and I'm not a big book learning kind of guy, but I love to listen to audiobooks. I do love to read and absorb things in whatever way that I can for my work, for my practice as a financial planner, as well as being a paralegal and in that estate planning world, both business and personal. I do love it. But I've always loved this quote from an American moral and social philosopher, Eric Hoffer. Eric Hoffer said, "In times of change, learners will inherit the earth, while the learned will be beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists." Hear that again. In times of change, the learned will be beautifully equipped to have a world that doesn't exist anymore. If you're not still learning, you're not going to be able to keep up with the new world that's happening around you. Learners will inherit the earth, and that's what podcasts are all about. That's what attending workshops and seminars and going to school and all of those things are about. It's about learning. So thank you for being here for this journey. And in the spirit of learning, I want to start this conversation with a bit of an education lesson, because this topic is the science of retirement income, and some of the science that had been there in the past is now gone. Okay, so let's talk about this. Okay, let's talk about the history of really retirement planning and where it took this huge shift in planning. Okay, before 1975, most Americans had two financial powers to look forward to in retirement. Two financial powers. One, accumulation, where you could work for a company and you would take perhaps a slightly lower salary as part of your employment at the company, but then the company would invest the difference, if you will, in a pension. They would give some of that difference, your payroll that you're taking a little bit less, they would give that to a pension company who would then invest your pension money. And you'd have a professional pension company that would manage and invest, and you would get that first financial power, which is accumulation or interest rate and a rate of return. Interest rate and a rate of return. Now, the second financial power, that is the science of actuarial calculations. It's called actuarial science. Because when you got to retirement, your pension company would not base your income solely on investment rates of return. What your pension company would do then is they would look at the entire pool, that's a very important term, the entire pool of pensioners that are in the pool with you, and they would look at the average lifespan, the age, all of the demographics of everyone in the pool, and they would pay you a pension income based on your mortality, based on the actuarial science and uncertainty, of course, which is what actuarial science is, the study of uncertain events, namely how long are we going to live, and they would look at that actuarial pool and say, here's your income, Mr. and Mrs. America. We'll guarantee, based on the pension paying ability of the pension, we'll guarantee this income for as long as you live. And maybe we'll guarantee this income for as long as you and your spouse lives. That's actuarial science. So a quick recap. Before 1975, most people working in America had two financial powers. They had a pension, so they got accumulation and rate of return, right? That rate of return power. And then they received the benefit of actuarial science when the time came to actually retire, right? Now you've got a pension based on your age rather than based on the ups and downs of the stock market. And most important piece of actuarial science, risk pooling. Risk pooling, the pension company pooled together everybody in that big old pool of pensioners and balanced out the income payout on the actuarial science details. Now, you might have caught the idea that I said 1975 several times. 1975. Why is 1975 such an important date? That's actually the year that the IRA and subsequent 401k were added to the tax code. Yep, you got it. The 401k and IRA, less than 50 years old. Think about that for a second. When Wall Street says the 401k is the answer to your retirement. Wait a minute. It's not even been around for 50 years. How do we know that it's the right answer to retirement? We don't, actually. We don't. Because the 401k has legit really not been around for 50 years. So these folks retiring now, this generation or two that's retiring now, are the first people to retire on the 401k, and it's not going entirely well. It really isn't. Because with the advent of the 401k, employers could shift the risk of income to the employee. Because if you think about it, in a pension, who is on the hook? Who is responsible for the promised paycheck every month? The employer, the pension company, is on the hook for that promised paycheck. In a 401k, how many people are in the risk pool for your income? Just you. You're the only one in the pool spreading the risk out of your mortality and how long might you live. So, as the 401k and IRA money grew, by the way, the first year estimates, well over $1.5 billion went into IRA and 401k. Man, as soon as Wall Street got wind of the IRA 401k bonanza, it was hog wild. And today we sit here in 2021, when I'm recording this, well over $23 trillion in retirement accounts, okay? $23 trillion in retirement accounts. It's been an amazing, amazing marketing job from Wall Street. So, thinking back, used to have two financial powers: actuarial science after you retire, and then accumulation while you're working. Now, with the advent of the 401k, remember, how many people are in the risk pool with you? Just you. So we no longer have the ability to spread the risk out because you're the only one in the pool. There's no actuarial science. Now that's where the 4% rule was born. The 4% rule was born out of this idea that you're the only one taking the risk. So we better be really careful with how much money we take out of that 401k or IRA or investment account, right? Because in the past, at retirement, the pension company would spread the risk of income out over the entire pool. And now that most people rely on the 401k, you've got to be super careful with how much income you take out because you don't spread the risk. Now, how much you, listen to this word, how much you draw from your account is most important. It's no longer important what you make on your account, right? Dave Ramsey says, well, if you just make 10% in retirement, you'll be fine. Oh, that is such a load of crap. You're not going to make 10% every year, but you really want to have your lifestyle be consistent, right? So you'd like to have an income plan that would provide a consistent income. If you're in an investment-only plan, your rates of return will not likely be consistent in line with your income plan. So therefore, you have to be really careful with how much you draw from your plan. That's, again, where the 4% withdrawal rate was born from, essentially. This idea that, wow, rates of return are very uncertain, and we got to be careful because we don't know how long people are going to live because, we're just Wall Street. We're not actuarial scientists. We don't pool risk. We're not really sure what to do. So let's recommend that clients only take out 4%. So that's where the 4% really comes into play, is this idea that you are not in a risk pool anymore. You've got to be careful and really control how much you withdraw. So if you really think about it, the one big thing missing from retirement income planning today, in the age of Wall Street dominating the marketing and education, is actuarial science. The study of uncertain events, namely mortality-based income. Most people in America who have a pension work for the government in some fashion, or a public utility, because the public utility has the ability to tax the general public to pay for the pension obligations, right? IBM and big companies got rid of their pensions because they don't have the power to just simply tax everybody else easily to pay for pension obligations. But your local city, your local water company, your local electric and power company, they have the ability to raise rates and tax the population to cover the cost of pensions. That actually happened in my little town here in Norco, California. They raised the sales tax 1%. Oh, we're going to use it to beautify the roads and clean up the horse paths. Such a load of hogwash. Hogwash. The pension obligations for this little town where I live were overwhelming the city. So they add this beautification tax. Where do you think most of that tax revenue is going to go? Of course, it's going to go to the state to cover pension obligations because municipalities have the ability to raise additional tax revenue to cover pensions. So that means that maybe at any given time now in the US, only about 7% of the population working have a pension. Everybody else, 93%, are operating on personal savings or 401ks or IRAs. We don't have that. We don't have the security of a pension. So how do you bring back actuarial science to your retirement planning? There's the question. Well, the primary arbiters, the primary brokers of actuarial science that use it all the time are life insurance companies. Pensions, yes, but life insurance companies, that's their entire business for 200 years is actuarial science. So when you look at bringing actuarial science back into the conversation for retirement planning, that's where we talk about annuities. In my case, I prefer to talk about guaranteed annuities. There are non-guaranteed annuities that have a place. I'm not a huge fan of them. They have high fees, but guaranteed annuities and income annuities, also deferred annuities is another way to refer to them. If you have not had a conversation about how to bring annuities, actuarial science, into your long-term retirement income or short-term retirement income plan, now is the time. If you want to make sure that you're on track for maximum retirement income, you've got to have this conversation. Remember, the learners will inherit the earth, and in this case, the learners will inherit more retirement income if they actually have the right components in their plan. You want to double check yours? I'm ready. Send me an email, Craig with a K, at CraigStrom, KraigStrom.com. If you'd like to talk about your estate plan or maybe ask questions about getting a living trust, what to do there with your business partnership agreements, send me an email, Craig with a K, at Barth, B-A-R-T-H, attorneys.com, Craig at BarthAttorneys.com. I wish you all the best learning. Thanks so much again for joining me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Leave me a comment wherever you're listening to the podcast. It helps tremendously. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.